Yo, what's up, family? Before we start the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and share to any and everyone that you can, just so we can get out there a little bit more. With that being said, let's get right into the video. The Minnesota Timberwolves took a 2-0 series lead over the Phoenix Suns last night, winning 105-93. The Timberwolves' calling card in the regular season was their defense, and they have carried that over to the playoffs as the Suns haven't hit the 100-point threshold in the first two games. The T-Wolves have great perimeter defenders, but Rudy Gobert has looked more versatile than ever at that end this season, and he showed all of that off in game 2. So let's get into the film. Alright, how y'all doing? I hope y'all doing good. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, make sure you take your shoes off before you come in the house. And Rudy Gobert is putting a lot of people on notice this season, including me. I always knew that Gobert was an all-time rim protector, but personally, I'm a guy who values versatility as the game has evolved, and it never sat right with me that he was a lock for multiple DPOYs when he could only guard 1 or 2 positions max. But regardless of how I felt about him then, there's been a sizable improvement in his ability to guard in space since he's gotten to Minnesota. And as we start this off with something he does on offense, I believe this is the most underrated skill in the game. It's a huge part of every single offensive possession, and teams rely on this one thing, and Gobert probably does it the best in the league. It's good screening. He averages 5 screen assists per 75 possessions. That is at the top of the NBA. I don't see any highlight tapes about screening. It's not a box score stat, but it's so important to every single offense, and Gobert might be the best at it. And here he screens, stones Bradley Beal, and Anthony Edwards is able to go to the pull-up. Then we go back on defense, and this is what I'm talking about him being able to guard in space. He's following Bradley Beal to the rim. He didn't even look at the rim. He didn't look at the rim at all, and his hands have improved over these last couple of seasons. He's getting a lot of hand steals, he's picking pockets, and he's doing stuff like this. What Rudy Gobert does on this play is one of the more impressive things a big can do in pick and roll coverage defensively that I've seen. And over this season, he's the best at this. And again, his feet have just gotten so much better playing in space, and he's able to do 2 things, and it's so tough to do with the amount of pick and roll dynamic handlers we have in this league and the amount of athletic rollmen. So here on this particular play, he's going to do 2 things. The first thing, he's going to deter the pick and roll handler from going to the rim. And of course, that's something he's always done. But the way he does it, coupled with the second thing, is just incredible. D-Book's driving, he's going to step towards him, and he stepped towards Devin Booker and he dead ass jumped back. He's making a beeline to the rim. His path is very clear right now. Gobert steps at him, he dead ass jerks backwards, and his path has changed. And now the second thing he does is that after he deters him from driving, he steps back into the roll lane, so there is no passing lane. On this particular play, D-Book did not even look at Nurkic. But for future plays, he's able to, 1, stop the drive, and step back quick enough to be able to cut off that passing lane. He virtually shut down this pick and roll by himself. And this leads to D-Book going all to the corner, passing to KD, and he forces up a tough shot. And here we have him again in pick and roll coverage. Bradley Beal's going to come off. He's in drop, and this looks like enough space, right? But Gobert's length and his ability to contest shots from far away gets a nice contest on Bradley Beal, and he forces a miss. Alright, so here on this play, he's going to get switched on to Bradley Beal. Again, for the second time, he's on him, and Beal does not even attempt to look at the basket. He takes him out to the corner where I believe he feels a lot more comfortable, and Gobert just plays this well. And here, the step back pump fake technically works, but Gobert is 7 inches taller than Bradley Beal. He has long arms. He's able to recover after jumping on that pump fake and still get a great contest off. I also think that his play from the first game and his play from this season actually plays a part in a lot of these decisions for the offensive players, because if this was like 3 years ago, I remember 3 years ago, Gobert got switched on a T-Book and he completely turned him around. It was a meme on Twitter for about like 30 days, right? He's completely changed how these offensive players go at him on the perimeter. If this was 3 years ago, T-Book might have taken a 3, but he would have tried to set him up some way, somehow. And here he just completely settles. Gobert gets a good contest. And as I showed y'all on a previous clip, he was able to take away both options on the pick and roll. He was able to take away the drive by the handler and the roll man by clouding the passing lane. But on the first example, D-Book never even looked at Nurkic on the roll. right? So it didn't seem as effective. So on this play, also credit Naz Reid for the pressure. He steps up on KD and immediately takes away his aggressiveness as a scorer. He has picked up his dribble. The only thing he can do is pass. So after he does that, he steps back, he plays with high hands, his 7'1", 7'2" frame, his 8-foot wingspan, and he clouds the vision and the passing lane of KD. He forces him to do a double clutch pass, and Gobert gets a steal. This video is brought to you by PrizePicks. PrizePicks is America's #1 fantasy sports app with more than 3 million members. It is the easiest and most exciting way to get in on the action while you watch your favorite sports and players. You just pick more or less on 2 or more player stats and watch the winners roll in. Download the app today and use the code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. PrizePicks is the best way to get action on sports in more than 30 states across the country, including California, Texas, and Georgia. PrizePicks even offers injury insurance so that your entries stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. For basketball games, if you have a player who exits the game in the first half and does not return in the second, PrizePicks will have your back and not count that as a loss. Personally, I've been using PrizePicks for about 2 years and I've won a pretty penny in that span. I only do NBA and NFL, but you guys are probably more versatile than I am. I have a slight two-man for today since it's only 2 games. I have Bam Adebayo more than 22.5 points and assists, and Larry Nance Jr. more than 12.5 points and rebounds. Once again, download the app today and use the code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. And on this pick and roll, we again got to give some love to Naz Reid, because here he was prepared to do the same thing. He was going to try to take away both options in the pick and roll. But look what Naz Reid does here to Yusuf. Tags him really well, takes him out of the play, and now Gobert just does what he does best and protects the rim. And once again, on the offensive end, finding a way to be effective, not being a floor spacer. He's a great roll man. He can finish. And here again at the top of the league at screen assist, sets the flare screen for Conley, and he comes off for a 3. And again, his deterrence cannot be denied. Again, it's T-Book who's making a beeline to the rim. His path is very clear until he sees Gobert. He's like, yeah. He's like, look. He's like, yeah, I'm driving. I'm about to score. Yeah, nah, I'm just gonna pick up my dribble and pass it out there. And then he gets it out to Bradley Beal. Gobert, as I say, his hands have got so much better. He helps and gets a steal. All right, so here with another screen assist. He was gonna set it this way, but then he flips it. And watch how he stonewalls Grayson Allen. Boom. Look how much space Conley has, and Drew Eubanks is in the drop. This is too much space. Conley drains it. And this is the impact setting good screens has on the defense, right? So here, watch how differently the Suns play this one, right? So he's going to try to set the screen, right? Grayson tries to go over top of it, and Drew, who we just seen play drop coverage on that last clip, now he's jumping out on Conley. And this time on Gobert's side, he slips the screen, and now he's wide open, and of course he can roll hard and finish. And the Suns love to run their offense through Yusuf Nurkic. He's a great passer, he has great IQ, and he's a great partner in the DHO game because of that passing and his wide body on the screen. And if you're Gobert, you understand that and you put pressure on him, because you can't just let this guy pass freely and pick apart your defense. And him putting pressure on this particular play kills whatever type of action the Suns were trying to do on this play. You see, they're trying to do something here with T-Book and Bradley Beal, and him putting pressure on Yusuf, it just kills the entire play. He decides to go one-on-one with Rudy Gobert, and he misses the shot in the post. All right, here we are in the second half. He's isolated on the side with Kevin Durant, and watch how he sticks with him. All right, here we are again, switched on to Bradley Beal. Stops him, forces the pump fake. Now he's in no man's land, has to pass out to T-Book all the way at half court. Again, they're going to try to get him in a pick and roll. He stops Devin Booker. He just throws the ball away. And something I was also really impressed with in this game is Gobert's passing. A lot of them did not result in assists, but he has to look at the no look by the big Frenchman. So he has a 2-on-1, great cut by Cat, Gobert the no look, and reverse by Cat. And something I talked about a little bit earlier is his hands. His feet has gotten better. He sees this, anticipates it, bats it out of the hand of Eric Gordon, goes strong, and draws a foul. And something I've always heard great scorers say is that it doesn't matter who's in front of them. Yes, they might play good defense, but for great scorers, they are looking at the help defender, not the person that's guarding them. So here, I can't help but think that Bradley Beal is just doing his moves, and he's looking at Gobert about to help. So he comes off of it, he passed to D-Book, and look, a straight line drive again by D-Book, sees Gobert. Yeah, I'm okay, I'm gonna pass that to Drew Eubanks, and then here he just gets swatted. But that is the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe, and share to any and everyone that you can, just so we can get out there a little bit more. And I will see you guys in the next video. This is Nick. Peace.